up some of these empties, Lord, as soon as I find where they lay. Tied off them jolly and leaving mines on a long hot summer day. And for every day I'm working on the Illinois River, get a half a day off with pay. Oh, towboat picking up barges on a long hot summer day. Got me a gal in Pekin, she's a good old gal, okay. Oh, she's sitting there waiting by a window fan on a long hot summer day. For every day I'm working on the Illinois River, get a half a day off with pay. Oh, towboat picking up barges on a long hot summer day. Chicken consomme and a fruit jar full of iced tea on a long hot summer day. And for every day I'm working on the Illinois River, get a half a day off with pay. Oh, towboat picking up barges on a long hot summer day. Got off yesterday, gonna get off down in Auden on a long hot summer day. And for every day I'm working on the Illinois River, get a half a day off with pay. Oh, towboat picking up barges on a long hot summer day. On the Illinois River, get a half a day off with pay. Oh, towboat picking up barges on a long hot summer day. And for every day I'm working on the Illinois River, get a half a day off with pay. Oh, towboat picking up barges on a long hot summer day.
She's a good old gal, okay. How can you beat that line? Good morning, WBAM. Morning, Jen.
Good morning, Bon Lee Johnson.
You're looking special fine this morning.
Don't you start your shit already this morning.
Yeah. You always look pretty. Just sometimes you got your hair up in curlers, that's all.
Don't start your shit. You're awful chipper for a fucking Wednesday morning.
I've been up for, I've been at work since before 7.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it was, but I got too much shit to do today, and a lot of it's my fun stuff like this, and then guitar tonight.
Right.
And I'm not going to get it all done if I didn't get some done before we did the show. So
just turn it into a longer day, buddy.
it is, but I love what I do, but I can't neglect what I need to do. So
living the dream.
That's what you want to call it. What did you do this morning?
I slept.
You in there flicking the bean, will you? Don't lie. You said you're still laying in bed.
No, not this morning.
Not this morning. Oh, I got rid of chat by accident. There's Puddin' getting her number ready. Everybody out there, if you want to get your numbers ready, 1 through 50 is your number
I've decided
selection
I'm going to
round.
change.
No shit. You know what's going to happen then, right?
I know.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
let's have it.
11.
11. That's a nice number. It's a cute number. 21 and 11. You and Pud kind of match. You and Booger.
Except I'm a 1 and she's a 2.
That's true. Burger sent me that.
But if you drink a little bit more, we'll be at 10. Keep drinking, boys. Keep drinking.
That's not how that works. In the bar, it does.
Drink till I'm cute. All right. What'd you say about Booger?
Burger sent me. There's Booger and Burger.
Not Booger.
Yeah, not Booger. Burger sent me the Chinese rice thing.
Oh God. Yeah. Did you think it was funny?
Of course. And I sent it to Barkley, and she didn't think it was funny either. She was like, "Oh God, that's gross."
Yeah, I chuckled a little. I'm like, but
yeah, I think she had the exact same response.
Yeah,
but it was funny. I thought that was funny.
Trent thought it was funny. He was rolling. He's like, "Mom, you gotta watch this. This is funny."
Well, I was like, oh. What the fuck? Because you told me you kind of ruined it because you told me it was a fleshlight thing. Well, but even then, I was like, this must be a different one. Yeah. Because it fooled me in the beginning. I was like, oh my God, it is. I'm like, oh my God. That's so nasty. Why the fuck do people think of stuff like that?
I don't know.
I mean, the vajankle is hilarious. And I get it because people have a foot fetish. All right. I don't know why you'd want to fuck a severed foot, but I mean, whatever. But fried rice.
I had a ton of visitors when I was in the hospital when I cut my toe off.
Yeah.
Like there were people all over the hospital that weren't my doctors or anything. They'd just come to visit me. Was it because of the foot thing?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a cool injury as far as those kind of things go.
I mean, I didn't think anything about it at the time, but now that I've been made aware of all these foot fetishes,
were they men folk?
Well, yeah.
Maybe. Did they all ask to see it?
Well, yeah, but they were medical professionals, so you assume that's.
Well, you said non-medical professionals came to visit you too.
Oh well, no, just medical professionals. Like,
but it was doctor after yeah. Well, they were in the room like, dude, you got to see this. They're in their little lunchroom area. Dude, you got to see this.
No, don't ruin my fantasy. I've already gotten it all planned out in my head. I'm like, they thought I was hot.
So they were creeping on you, and it turned you on. So you have that doctor. You have the white coat thing. Is that your?
Oh no, not really.
Is that your jam?
No, not really. They actually, because
those are huge hands.
They make me they make me feel inferior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not me. They kind of rub me the wrong way. Usually, they come off as extreme. Some of them, not all of them. Some. My heart doctor is one of the most humble people, like person to person, but he's at a teaching hospital, and when he's teaching other doctors, he's fucking brutal. Like he has super high expectations, but when he's talking to me, he's just like, "Hey Tom, how you doing?" You know what I mean? So he's not like that, but a lot of them are just super arrogant.
Right, this one's a dumbass, and we got to bring it down for him.
Well, maybe there's a good possibility.
But doctors just generally make me feel super inferior. Yeah,
that's internal, right?
I don't. No, I didn't actually feel that way until I worked in a hospital.
I forgot. Yes, that actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would look down on co-workers of a lower state. Yeah, I bet that
hospital
happens.
Staff.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're a
support staff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Versus the colleague. You're exactly right. Now I see where you're coming from. I was purely looking from a patient standpoint, but yeah, I get that. I get that.
But I also learned that they have this education, but they don't know
Mhm.
everything.
No, of course not.
And
That's something you learn as you
there
get
was
older.
actually one time when I knew something a little more than the doctor did.
Well, experience is
And,
king.
yeah, he had ordered a test, and I remember I went to him and I was like, I don't think, I mean, there are several different versions of this particular blood test that you're wanting, and I think that maybe you've ordered the wrong one. So I went to him, and I mean, he and I had we had some words, and then I took the book over to him and I smacked. I was mad. I was mad as fire because he said some hurtful things, like that I wasn't smart enough to
Right.
why I was in the position I was in because I wasn't smart enough. Blah blah blah. So I took the book over and I smacked it down on the desk right in front of his face, and I said, "Now you fucking read this and you tell me which test you want." And I was right. From then on, he and I were friends. I mean, he would greet me in the
Listen,
hallways,
it's
"Good
just
morning, Jen."
it's just like a fight on the playground. When two boys get in a scuffle on the playground, they're always friends the next day. 99% of the time. 99% of the time. That's true. Boys, I don't know how girls are. I'm sure girls, they just throw barbs at each other until, you give it right back to them and then they're friends. I don't know how girls. I'm not a girl, so I don't know how that shit works on the playground for girls. But
We're never friends. We just pretend to be for the rest of our
uh,
lives.
see, boys beat each other up and they're mad for like 2 minutes and then they're over it. And the next day they're fine. Men are the same way.
No,
Get into a
I think they're
kerfuffle and
I mean, I don't know that I am your typical girl that could actually answer this question. But in my experience, there are very few true female friendships.
mhm.
They
Listen.
aren't real.
I'm
A lot
friends
of them
with everybody, but
they're very phony and very fake. And when you find one that's real,
mhm.
like you better hang on to
I
it
think
because
that's friends in
there aren't.
general, though.
But girls are catty
It
bitches.
seems, you know what? I hear girls say that all the time, and I have to believe you because I don't know. They're not. I mean,
When you
I've
get
experienced it, but it seems easier to brush off when it's. I don't know why that sounds terrible, but it just seems easier to brush off their opinion. If it's somebody who's shitty to me and it's a female, I don't want them in my life. I move the fuck on. If it was a longtime buddy of mine and they did that shit, it would be hurtful, more hurtful. I don't know what that says about me, but I prefer the company of women, like conversation wise and all that. I have a few close guy friends, and but for the most part, I like talking to girls. They're fun to talk to. It's a different perspective. I think all guys seem to think the same way I do, so it's kind of boring. I already know what they're thinking. Girls, I have no idea. It's
no, but
always a challenge.
the girls that you surround yourself with, the girls that you like to talk to,
Mm-hmm.
are kind of bros.
Kinda, but they're still girls. They still have girl brain. It's still your perspective is way different on things than mine is. When you and I have conversations, I'm never 100% sure where you're going to go.
Neither am
And
I.
and I like that though. I like that in a conversation. I like to be challenged as much as I hate to admit it. Like in my love life, when I was dating and all that, I never cared for the pushovers. It's not my jam. I like them to be nice,
Right.
treat me good and all that, but pushovers, nah. I like to be challenged every once in a while. And I like them to be smarter than me too. Because
Smarter.
because of the challenge. Yeah. Makes me work, makes me punch up.
I don't
Not down.
I can't really recognize like what I like as far as like a partner, I think I'm the polar opposite of that.
Yeah. Well,
I think I would prefer to be the smarter one.
yeah.
Yeah. Makes me feel more important or something.
I don't know.
Boss
I don't know either.
boss
I
him
don't know what the
around,
psychology
make him
is.
feel like a piece of shit on a daily basis. They like that.
Sometimes.
Men like that.
Sometimes. I'd like to argue with you, but you're not totally wrong. Sometimes we like to be,
You big dumb dipshit.
but it just takes the pressure off. Sometimes it's nice to be the dumb one. You don't have to think of everything. You don't always have to be looking around corners. Let the girl do it for a little while. But no, I mean, well, here's the deal though. I've experienced things that you haven't in dating. I was in my 40s dating, so I had a mature brain ish. Ish. I put emphasis on the ish.
Ish.
I'm never completely mature, but my mind was sharp at the time. And I knew I would, gotten out of a couple, one really long term bad relationship. And I kind of knew that I didn't know what I wanted. You know what I mean? I didn't know what to look
Right.
for. So I focused and I just started dating a bunch of people until I figured it out. And that's how I
That's
got to
when
be
you
where I was. Yeah.
and that's when you imposed your 2 week.
Yep. I made a plan and I
Yeah.
stuck to it for a couple of years like that. But I was, it was always up front. I would never want to submarine somebody like that and just be like, sorry, I gotta move on now without telling them why. I told
I
them in the very
can't
beginning.
I just can't believe that there were that many women who
There
were
were.
just okay with saying,
Yep.
"All right, it's going to be a
Well,
2 week relationship, and then we're moving on."
Here's the deal. They like a challenge too, and they want to be like, I'm going to be the one that breaks this 2 week rule. I think there was a lot of that
Well, yeah,
arrogance.
that's probably true.
Yeah.
I know. I myself tend to.
Oh, I
want
think
to
you would
ch-
100% fell into that one.
I'll change him.
I'll change him. There's a lot of that. But I told him, like, listen, this isn't a joke. I laid out my plan. I don't know what I want in a woman. I don't really even know what I want physically. Like, I dated really skinny women and really big women. I mean, I was all over the place.
Well, it wouldn't matter anyway.
No, I'm just saying. I didn't know what I wanted at all. So I wanted to experience being with, not sexually, but just being, with as many different types of people as I could be.
To find out what makes you
Culturally,
happy.
yeah. Just to see if, because
makes you happy. Sorry.
what I thought, what I thought was the problem in my relationship wasn't the problem. I had to come to realization that it wasn't her type of person that really was that bad for me. It was the type of people we were when we got together and the type of people we turned into. It was just typical. It was so fucking typical of a young relationship that you got too serious. We should have broke up 20 fucking years before we did. It was just dumb, stubborn.
Well, it's pretty miraculous that your first marriage lasted that long.
We were stubborn.
In today's world.
Yeah,
Like
we were stubborn. Because everybody told us there's no fucking way. You guys we'll give you 6 months. Blah, 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 blah. And we both were like, fuck them, man. And we just beat the shit out of each other for 20 years. Emotionally.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, that's why I knew what I wanted. That's why I know what I like now. Because I had to fucking drag myself through that gutter. And it was a gutter. I said on Monday's show that plans are the roadmap for the fool's disappointment in life, but sometimes you have to have plans.
I think you said that. I actually think you said that after the show. So was it?
Okay, sorry.
First time well, it's all right. It needs to be heard.
But I believe that too. I believe the best laid plans. I mean, there's so many different sayings, but that's the Bonley Johnson. Plans are the fool's roadmap to a disappointing life. You're welcome, people. Write it down. And none of this bullshit of stealing my quotes and writing unknown under it anymore. People do that.
Here we go. I've got my pencil.
Unknown. I'm going to change my name to Unknown so I can claim all those quotes that everybody says unknown under. You ever see those on Facebook and stuff?
Yeah.
I'll say unknown. So I'm going to change my name to Unknown. What do you got planned for the rest of your day? Anything fun?
Plans are the roadmap.
So far, we've got 3 numbers. Come on, people. Wake up.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Happy hump day, people.
Everybody out there listening, get your numbers in.
Oh, it just dawned on me. It's hump day.
Yeah.
Which means Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Which means Buck Wild.
Oh, yes. You got that tonight, don't you?
I got that tonight, but I forgot.
I was working on my show while we were waiting to get this one started, trying to get some stuff done.
Yeah.
Heather keeps telling me that I have songs that I haven't played. I fucking looked everywhere. I don't have any. Either I deleted them by accident or marked them played by accident, or I played them and she didn't know I played them. Something happened, but she keeps swearing she sent me songs. She doesn't like it when I dig through her smule to get songs. But I go to her favorites page. So, I mean, I kind of try to...
Right.
What's the
Try to
word?
choose.
Yeah.
You try to choose something that you know that she likes.
Right, because her beef is that, not all the songs on her smule page she wants people to hear publicly, not on the radio.
I do remember Monday night when I chose something from your page and you were saying, no.
I hadn't even listened to it yet. That's why. I'm like, I'm not even sure what this sounds like. I haven't listened to it. Because I was like in the middle of doing my smule stuff and you're like, hey, I'm doing a pop-up. I'm like, fuck. I didn't know you were doing that. I thought you were just testing something out.
I was for like 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, I can't not listen to your show if I have the opportunity. So smule took a back seat.
So you were like, no.
Yeah, because I hadn't listened to it yet. You know how that is. The volume could have been off, which it was a little bit. I don't know how to get that right.
What was off?
The volume.
Oh, volume. It just depends on the song. Mine's always off, always. Like one song, I'll use the exact same setting on one song as I do the other. And one is my volume's too low and the other one I'm blasting.
Yeah, I don't get it.
No, I don't think some people just have a better ear to gauge it than I do.
Well, that's obviously my issue, but it just pisses me off, especially if you did good.
and then there's some way when after you press save and that sucker is being actually recorded or whatever you want to call
Processed.
that, Yes. Smule fucks with it.
I think so too.
I swear they do.
I told Sally Mancini that when I listen to those songs, I play them back. I'm like, everything sounds good. And then when you listen to the finished version, like it's off. And I'm like,
yeah,
that's not what it sounded like. I would not have saved that shit. I've had to delete so many because of that. But what Smule needs is like the Star Maker. Star Maker, as hard as it was to use and as weird as it was, the sound quality was way better than Smule's when you played the song
lost
back.
your mind.
Oh, no. I'm serious. The sound quality when those songs played back was way better. The volume was better. No. The pitch and the tone was exactly the way I sang it. I'm like, this is how it's supposed to be. Like, it didn't fuck with it. When I saved it was exactly how I saved it.
Star Maker sucks.
No.
The only thing that I liked about Star Maker is they have those rooms where y'all can just go in there and the live rooms are fun.
And they're way better. You can't do duets, I don't think, unless didn't you say there was a way to do it?
You can, yeah. I think it's like a paid thing, or you can have enough visitors and enough singers and everything to build up like kind of street cred, and it opens up that option to have duets.
I wonder if it's a paid
over
option
in Star
too.
Maker.
Like you could buy like a VIP, whatever.
Right.
A premium.
So, and I mean they're fun. And I like, you have your live chat that's going on in that room as it happens.
Well, I know you and I did a bunch of them and it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing that I liked about Star Maker. But their song quality, their back, they're wretched.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. That stuff is kind of bad. Like the quality of their music is bad. But your voice, it stays the same. Whatever you sang stays recorded that way. That's what I was talking about. Like your part. The quality of your part is better because it's what you put in. Fucking Smule, it always seems like you have to adjust everything and then it still changes at the end. And there's just people that have mastered it, and they know their settings, and they know their, whatever filter they use, and they're just good at it.
Yeah. Well,
But they're good
I
singers
said,
too. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're not good singers. I'm just saying.
I said the other night, I'm not even sure whose show was on, but some, some people sound like it is studio quality.
hmm
When I sing, you can tell that it's just some chick singing in her bedroom.
I don't think so. I
It
think
doesn't.
you have such a strong voice that I think a lot of your stuff sounds studio quality too.
No, I think you're biased. Because
No,
it's
I'm
not.
not. I would tell you what a piece of shit you are if you were. Don't you think for a minute I wouldn't?
I believe that. I do believe that you would tell me that I was a piece of shit because you would get so much enjoyment
I
out of
would.
saying it.
But no, I've never heard you sing a bad song. Like you said, you delete them. I delete my really bad ones too. But if you go far enough back, in the Bonley Johnson library, there's some fucking doozies. I had no idea.
Oh, I got some real stinkers. But I've also got 25,000 recordings, so you're gonna have to.
Yeah, I don't know how many I'm at. I really don't. It has to be 10 or 15. Let me go look at old Mr. Smeal. Does it tell you? It tells you right off the rip, right?
Right, yeah, right on your
profile
page, on your profile page.
7425.
Do
This
you even
radio.
sing?
This radio thing cuts into it, man. I had 2,000 like in the first 2 months. And then, this radio stuff, I don't hardly get to sing at all anymore. Just like the other night, I was there busting a couple tunes out, and then boom, we had to go do a show.
Well, no, you didn't have to.
Yes, I did.
No.
I wouldn't miss your show. You're getting better, by the way.
Thanks.
You are. You're getting less robotic with it. I think this show is paying off for you.
Well, I think what has helped is that I'm not worried about scripting. I'm not worried about, am I going to say this? Am I going to say that? I got to make sure I got to make sure. Well, we're not new.
We're not new
When
anymore.
we were new, I wanted to be able to make sure everybody knows about the website. Everybody knows about the schedule. Everybody knows about how to do this and how to do that. So I wanted to be informative on top of being somewhat entertaining.
You are entertaining. Stop it.
And now I don't worry so much about that. We're not so new.
Sorry, Barclay's texting me.
That's all right.
But
I was reading,
yeah,
I
you're
was
right.
reading
Well,
chat.
the other thing that changed is I'm not so nervous about it anymore. I used to worry. Now we've had so many things go.
I had been doing a show for over, right at a year, probably. Well, probably, I don't know, close to a year when we started WBAM. So, I didn't really have the nerves. It was the nerves that I had was more, this is not somebody else's baby. This is ours.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, it's sink or swim. So that's where the nerves came from.
Yeah, me too. Same thing.
But I'd been doing my own show for a year. So I wasn't really nervous about being on the air, although I hated it. I hated it for that entire year.
Was it you think of it? I don't know. I don't know why you hate it. It's just my jam, man. I fucking dig doing these shows. The time is inconvenient, I got so much shit going on, and it's about to get worse. But I'll figure it out because I like doing it.
I don't love being on the air. It feels awkward, and I don't know if it'll ever stop feeling awkward. But you know what? I will tell you what has helped, and I know it sounds stupid and it sounds probably egotistical and all kinds of bullshit, but I have, I do these shows now at my vanity mirror. That's my desk. It's my multi-purpose table. I can see myself. I look at myself when I'm doing a show, and I don't realize I do it until I'm like, you what is, I don't know what's wrong with you, you vain piece of shit. You're sitting here watching yourself speaking into a microphone.
Well,
but it does help.
Smeal's like that. You watch yourself if you're doing videos.
and I rarely do.
Yeah, I don't do much. I only for certain people who always do video, and I feel like it's my responsibility to do that in kind. But when I do opens, rarely are they videos. Just because I like to be able to go back and re-sing parts without having to start over.
Well, for me, being a woman, there are standards that are expected. If I just go in there looking all ratchet like I do right now, I, I'm not.
Ratchet.
It's not. Yeah. I'm not going to put that out there on Smule. And I'm like, oh
I'm
God.
sure there's a filter that puts your hair down
Don't
for you and all
that
that.
looks like some of I don't know. It's not going to get as many joins. It's not going to get because it's fact that nobody wants to sing with the old granny.
Well,
I'm
I
not
want to tell
wrong.
you you're wrong, but you're not.
No.
I mean, when I was first
So
on Smule, I mean, I kind of that's what I looked for.
yeah.
After, but it was still the song first.
Well, one of my favorite people in the universe. We first started singing together on Smule, and he said that the reason he initially chose to sing with me is he says that looks like a nice lady to sing with. Now we all know what that means.
Exactly.
It didn't have any. It didn't have any granny vibes.
Well,
And
I want to argue with you. I really do. Just because that's my nature, but I can't.
no,
I don't think you're wrong.
can't. I'm not. So anyway, it requires a lot of effort to actually do a video on Smule.
I'm fucking
The
hungry.
hair and the makeup and the time. And by the time I get all of that done, I don't feel like singing anymore.
I get that too. There's a lot of, I used to have all this shit I would put on.
I remember.
Such a dork.
Yeah, but I mean, for you, it was throwing on a jacket, a hat, and some sunglasses.
Right. But still, still too much. Barkley used to make fun of it. She'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I'm like, "It's fun, man. Leave me alone. Let me have a good time."
Well, I've learned. I don't know. No, learned is maybe not the right word. I've just become more comfortable with me, and a lot of that is from a lot of the music that I listen to now, because these people that I listen to are not pretty. Like mainstream music is pretty music.
But the pendulum,
Good music,
the pendulum is
good
swinging.
music, the good music are not pretty people.
Yeah,
I mean,
the pendulum is
may be-
swinging though. Ugly people are taking over. They're going to take over mainstream music too.
I have hope.
Like those mean tweets that said Chris Stapleton, he's living proof that ugly people can win awards too. Like, that's right. 8-time Grammy award winning Chris Stapleton.
I remember when Chris Stapleton kind of like took over the world,
Mhm.
and nobody,
We're in the middle of it right now.
none of us regular people had really heard of him. But he was winning all these awards. We're like, who in the fuck is this Chris Stapleton dude?
I knew who the Steel Drivers were, but I didn't know who Chris Stapleton was.
Yeah, I knew
didn't
Steel
realize
Drivers.
it was the same guy. I didn't know it.
Well, I didn't either. I had no idea, and I didn't, and I had no idea that he wrote all of these songs that I loved.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was Chris Stapleton. So that's how the music industry already knew him, and they were going nuts over him. I'm like, who the hell is Chris Stapleton? And
it made me dislike him at first. I'm going to be honest.
How is he winning all of these awards when no one even fucking knows who he is? But I quickly learned.
Yeah.
It was on that show that he did the duet with Justin Timberlake.
Mm-hmm.
It was on that show that I'm like, who the fuck is Chris Stapleton? So.
Well, everybody kept trying to shove Tennessee Whiskey down my throat. And I'm like, I already know the song. Been listening to it for fucking decades. And they're like, it's not the same one. My brother's like, he wrote that. I'm like, Mike, no, he didn't. That song came out in 1974. Fucking David
It-
Allan Coe did it first.
That was a good year for new
He wasn't
shit.
the only one who did it. George Jones did it too. Yeah, it was a good year for you. But yeah. But yeah, then I had to play it for him. I played him to David. He's like, that's not, oh man. He's like, that is the same song. Like, I know. So I was kind of like a hater. You know, I just sang it with Jesse here not long ago.
Like people can't see your head nod.
Yeah. You know, Jesse and Chad over
I
here.
can.
Over here in chat. Chat's on my left.
Maybe they can hear it rattle, but they can't see it.
One of them loose marbles bouncing around in there. But yeah, the David Allan Coe version was my favorite version because that was the only one I knew. And then when he came out with that, I was like, yeah, it kind of turned me off. Like, who the fuck does this guy think he is singing these classics? Fuck him. Then I started listening to him. And then I realized it was the Steel Drivers guy. I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. Now I'm absolutely in love with him. Jesse says he's not a fan. Well, you're entitled to your opinion. I think he's amazing.
Even though it's wrong.
I just think he's a great songwriter and he's a great singer and fucking that's a great combination.
Yeah.
He's a weird guitar player.
I think he's a weird feller in general.
In general. His guitar playing, like a lot of his runs and stuff, the chords and that are backwards. He does them backwards. Does them wrong. Technically wrong. But he makes it work.
I don't play guitar. And I don't understand, and I'm hoping to learn, but that's beside the point.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard people say that about the other dude, Tyler Childers.
Yeah.
I've heard people say that about his guitar playing, is that he plays almost backwards.
Those guys are I would bet my paycheck they're both self-taught.
Maybe.
Which is good sometimes. Tom Fogerty, the guy from CCR, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. He plays his shit backwards. He doesn't follow the quote-unquote rules. Which sometimes works. If you fuck things up and do it wrong, but make it sound good, they change the word to style. That's your style of playing. Well, that's what it is.
And is it wrong?
No, it's not. There's no such thing as wrong music. There's bad music. There's no such thing as wrong music. If you get it done and it comes out and people enjoy it, or even just you enjoy it or it sounds good, then it's good and it's right. Doesn't matter how you get there.
Trent was here all day yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And he and we just vegged on the couch and we watched lots and lots and lots of YouTube videos, music videos. That's what we do together, is we listen to music, and we enjoy this one particular guy who does song reactions. And his name's Greg Fisher, and he has Fish Tank Productions is his channel. And he also has a band. And I'm not even going to attempt to remember the name of the band or how to pronounce it. But anyway, he does these reactions, and he's a very, very talented man. And the way he hears music is unreal, because he'll say, "No, wait, that makes me think of this chord progression, or then that chord progression, or whatever." And I'm like, "What? I don't know." And then he will pick up his guitar, throw a capo on it, and play the exact same thing that they just played it, but made it sound different because it was a different song. He's just very talented, and he hears these things that like, I don't say no one else hears, but I mean,
no, that's how John is too. He's like, oh, this is this song and this is this prayer, and he can just listens to the song for 30 seconds and starts playing it.
Yeah, that's the way this Greg Fisher is. And well, there was one last night. He was not reviewing, but reacting to a 49 Winchester song. And he said, that's like some country funk. And for the life of me, I can't remember the name, which song it was. Anyway, it was very good. And he said, now, what is that making me think of? What's that making me think of? He said, it's an Eagles song. And immediately, Trent and I both looked at each other and we're like, oh my gosh, I know what song he's talking about. And it was Life in the Fast Lane.
Yep.
And then he played it, and I was like, holy crap. I mean, and it doesn't even sound the same to us. Like I can't,
Well,
as I
here's the
listen,
thing. There's only so many chords. And there's only so many ways you can twist them. And eventually they start stepping on each other's toes. And those guys that have been around and been playing those chord progressions for decades, like that guy and like John, they hear those songs. They're like, that's the same chord progression as blah, blah, blah. They just have the artist's twist.
Well, it blows my mind, and I want to be able to do that.
Okay. Well, Johnny's coming your way. I just got to get my head out of my ass next time and pay attention to what you're saying. you'd have had it down there already. Yeah, I was just lost. I don't know if I didn't hear you or it just didn't make sense. Like we weren't in the basement, so it wasn't in context with my guitars. So I was like, it just didn't even dawn on me.
And I was just like, I don't know.
Listen, I got it, and I appreciate that you would cover my ass like that. I do, but
I'd walk through fire for you. You know that. Yeah. Oh God!
Then after you told me that,
I said that on the air, and people are going to know that I actually like you.
No, they know better. They see the real us out in chat. There's just a satisfaction. Like Bonzo came over last night and was singing some songs for us. And I got to just sit there.
I adore him.
And just pick on my bass. And I had a fucking good time, man. I had no pressure on me. Didn't have to sing. I just got to sit there and listen to and do harmonies. And it was fun. It was really fun. I like being the backup guy sometimes. No, it is not my middle name. There is no part of my real name that is Bon Lee or Johnson.
There is no Johnson involved in making this man.
I have no Johnson. Bon is from Bon Scott. Lee is from John Lee Hooker. And Johnson is from Brian Johnson. So 2 of the AC/DCs and John Lee Hooker. It was just songs I did in my first band. And one of the guitar players started calling me Bon Johnson and then Bon Lee Johnson. And then that's just how it got started. Then I just adopted it for the radio stuff.
X is also not my middle name.
Yeah, it is.
I just thought I'd let people know. In case they were wondering.
Nice little Stratocaster. I can't see it very well. My eyes are crossing. It looks like a Stratocaster. Got a Fender head, I think.
That looks like a guitar.
It is. It's a pretty one, too. I like red. You're someone's ex. We know that's true, right? You see that?
Yeah, I do now.
Aren't we all, though, at this stage in life? Generally.
Well, generally. Yeah, there are some fuckers
Shannon
out there
claims to be the exception to the rule.
There are some fuckers out there that got married in high school and are still married.
I know
those people make me sick.
I know a guy who is still with the girl he started dating in junior high. They went all through high school, got married right after high school, and they're still together.
Yep. I know a couple that way too. Blech.
It's 50-50 anyway. Any way you cut it, slice it, it's 50-50. And that's equal. You got equal odds of making it, equal odds of not making it.
Well, I have a friend who tells me that I started to let it out of the bag. Who says it? Who says that humans were not meant to be monogamous.
No. It's true. Society has deemed that. Now, we are meant to be together as people. People are meant to cluster. That's in our DNA. Not everybody's, but it's in our DNA to cluster. But Monogamy? No.
I thought he was just trying to get in my pants.
No monogamous. But you know what? Society is not always wrong. You know, sometimes monogamy is okay. Not sometimes. It's a good thing, especially when you're building a life together. You know, in this kind of structured society, that it works. It should. And then when life gets too easy, and we get lazy, and then things start to like, you know. I mean, I understand when people leave because they're being abused or it's just a terrible situation. But a lot of people leave because they're fucking bored.
Bored.
Yeah. Yeah, that's hard, man. And it's because life is so easy and there's choices. We don't have
choices that weren't there.
Right. 20 years
ago.
Right. 30 years ago.
Yeah.
All right, let's try to give away some money.
Let's
This
do
is the
it.
last call. There's only 3 of us here. I should pick a number too. I'm going to pick a number.
What the hell?
Let me spin it and then I'll pick my number. I'm going to pick Jen's number 17. And let's spin and see what happens. I'm going to fucking die if that's the case.
I'm going to be pissed.
Let's see. Where's the randomizer? There it is. And the spin says not. No winner. No 17. That was funny though.
No
But-
11.
No 11. But
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, but Jen, it is a double number.
Really?
Yeah. Let me find a W.
33.
It is 33. Well,
You're shitting
there's
me.
only a few of them, so that's admin. There's radio chat. 33.
You're shitting me.
Yep.
That's bullshit.
Maybe tomorrow or Friday. Or no, tomorrow. Yeah, I got bonfire tomorrow. Jen, you got Buck Wild tonight.
I got Buck Wild tonight.
Did I give you any music?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I thought I sent you
I
stuff.
think I
but
saw
don't
some.
know.
It doesn't matter. I can go pluck it off.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. If I haven't deleted it, it's fair game. One of the ones I sent you, I deleted.
That's some bullshit.
Well, I listened to it afterwards and it changed. I'm fucking telling you, Smule changes them and they sound okay. And then you save them and then you go listen to them again and they don't sound okay.
I still have Old Faithful.
What the fuck is Old Faithful?
Even if you don't send me anything, I have a song that I play on every one of my shows. It's a shame that you're not around to hear it.
I'm not.
I know. But it is my absolute favorite country song that you have ever done.
Oh, I know what it is. I like your soul, baby.
Yeah, I love it so much. I love it so much. It just makes me happy.
You know, I worked really hard on that song. Really hard. I got up at 5:30 in the morning because I knew my voice is deep in the morning. And I went in and recorded that over and over until I got it right. Right-ish. As right as it is.
It is my most favorite thing that you have, a country song that you have ever done.
Mel asked me to reopen it because she wanted to join it, and I tried, and it's fucking awful. It's fucking awful. I can't get it right yet. Again. But I was listening to the song back in those days, and when I sent that to you, so I knew the tune pretty well, and I just forgot it. So I gotta dig back into it, and I'm still waiting for you to open that Zach Brown song for me too.
Yeah, I know. I have a list here. I have it right here in front of me because I said I was going to sing that night, and then it didn't work out. I ended up not singing. By the time I got off the air, it was 11 o'clock, and
yeah.
You know, like
Same.
normal people sleep. Not me. I don't sleep till.
Why
I
were
see
you
the
up
sun
so
come
late?
up.
Is it something you can talk about on the air? Were you flicking the bean?
Oh, I don't care. I'm just. My sleep is just jacked the fuck up.
I get that way sometimes. I just didn't know if there was a specific reason or if you just.
Well,
one
it
of them nights.
started with prednisone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll do it.
When I take prednisone, it kind of makes me just jacked.
Yep.
And I don't
Hungry
sleep.
too.
And so, but now I've ended that prescription and I've been off it for 2 days now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just in that.
Yeah, it
bad
takes
rut.
a little while.
I'm just in that rut now to where I want to just I don't sleep till I see the sun come up, and
Mm.
You know, life still goes on through the day,
Yeah, it's
and
true. Never stops.
I'm either struggling through the day and have to take a nap. So then I take a nap, and then guess what? Can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
Um, it's just a rut, and I'm struggling. I was still awake at 3 o'clock this morning, and then back up at 7:30 for this.
Hmm.
Well, I was awake. I
Yeah.
wasn't up. I didn't actually get out of bed
I
until
was. I
closer
actually
to
got out of bed
8:30.
early this morning. I was like, I was going to lay there and I was like, I can sleep till 8:30. I can sleep till 8:30 and make it work. And I'm laying there. I'm like, I got to measure this piece of my trailer. I got shit. See, I built a wall in my enclosed trailer for my music stuff so I can stack
Yeah.
things up against the wall. So I had a divider.
Right.
Well, I don't use it anymore. I don't haul stuff anymore. I don't go out and play with all that. Like, I can fit my music equipment in the backseat of my truck now.
Right.
It's nice. But back
Just
then, I had all
just
those
a boy and his
giant,
guitar.
I had all those giant speakers and stuff. I got enough. I could do a fucking small outdoor arena. I really do. It's no joke. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you. I way over fucking bought. I thought I needed all this shit. Fucking so dumb.
Well,
So
I've
dumb.
seen some of what you have. I'm sure it wasn't all of it. So,
No, there's a bunch buried under the stairs,
right.
covered up and stuff. It's just ridiculous. But I'm gonna have to, since Bonzo's coming over now and singing with us, I'm gonna have to break out the old brain because it's got 18 inputs, 18 channels, and my little one only has 7. But I'm probably still going to use it as a speaker. I'll just do it pass through.
Do you know how happy it makes me that he is coming over and jamming with you?
Me too.
Because when we were up there just a couple of weeks ago, he says, I've never really sang in front of people. And that he said that was like the first time that he had ever really sang in front of people was that weekend
Yeah.
at your house.
Okay.
And now he's jamming with you. And I mean,
Yeah.
that thrills me. That tickles me.
Yeah, he's still nervous about it. And he refused to sit on the couch this time. He said he sunk. He said he sunk down in and felt like a little kid. Like, yeah, you got to sit up on the edge or you'll sink down in. It's made to be comfortable. It's not made for singing. So, but I lounge back and play my bass. I'm just laying there almost completely prone. Just because, but I was laughing at him because he refused to sit there.
I know the pictures, and they're not good. And some dumbass shared them in chat. Looks like some fat frog sitting there next to you.
Oh, he's talking about me.
Because I sunk down into the cushion, and it was like, whoa, my ass to the floor. And what do you do with your legs at that point? They just go whoop.
Yeah, it's made to recline, so it's designed that way. So, but yeah, I think he had a good time, and he was even singing some songs that he didn't like helping doing some backups and stuff. So that's how it starts. That's how you get the bug.
He's a super talented guy. So
he is.
I'm glad that he's doing. There's just so much joy that comes with doing what you love. Mm-hmm. Just taking a little bit of time and doing something that you love.
Mm-hmm. We did a Lobo song last night. I forgot about it.
You did what?
A Lobo song.
What song?
It was I Want You to Love Me or something like that.
I don't know. I can't think
I
of
Love You to
song.
Want Me. Something like that it's called. It's a cute little song.
I can't. I don't know the song, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He only had a couple songs. It was that one. Me and You and a Dog Named Boo. That one. That was him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that. Let me look it up. Search for Lobo. He's not just a sheriff in a TV show.
Tisha says she agrees. The couch eats you.
It does.
It just won't.
I'd Love You to Want Me. That's the name of it.
It's just not coming to me.
All right, I'll play it real quick.
Maybe I don't know it.
Just give it a listen.
When I saw you standing there,
you gotta listen for the hook.
About fell out my
I'll fast forward a little bit.
And when you moved your mouth to speak,
But John's a good singer, and he sang this, and it sounded really good.
I felt the blood go to my feet. Now it took time for me to know
Come on, Hook, get here.
what you tried so not to show. Something in my soul just
That's a very John song.
It is a good John song, right?
I see the want in your blue eyes. Baby, I'd love you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be.
Now, do you know it with a hook?
I don't know that song.
You should
No.
listen to it. It's cute. It's got a cute little hook.
But you know, I mean, like my audio quality on this end is
Oh,
not
yeah, that's
great.
true.
I don't hear.
That's true.
Yeah. So
It's a good song. It's just
I'll look it up.
when he first started playing, I was like, I don't recognize that. Then he got into the hook, and I'm like, oh, okay. But we were all doing the harmonies with it, and it was fun. It was fun. I like doing harmonies because I don't really know what I'm doing. I just guess. Then he'll give me the or down, a little higher, a little lower.
I got a song that I want you to listen to.
Okay, like right now.
No,
Okay.
the band. I want you to take mental note or write it down or something. The band is Halfway to Hazard. The name of the song is Daisy, and what I want you to listen to is the live version on YouTube.
As in like Daisy Duke.
Yeah, Daisy, Daisy.
Live Virgin.
Yep, a live version, not one of them dead ones.
She done been sacrificed. Yeah, it wasn't a hugely popular song, that Lobo song, but it was, it was that during that whole Bread, Lobo, we made love in my Chevy van, that era of the 70s.
Yeah, that's all right with me.
Yeah, those kind of, yeah. And I like that music. Little River Band and those guys, that was kind of a nice time.
That's John. That's John music.
100%. And that's his age because he's like 7 years older than me. So he's right. Or maybe even 8. But that's right in his wheelhouse. And talent-wise, that's right in his wheelhouse too.
Yeah.
So we never had this discussion.
His vocals are smooth.
We never had this discussion since you guys have met him. And he doesn't listen, so we can talk about him. So when we first were getting together, I told you that he was a tall, good-looking guy who could sing. And you're like, well, we'll keep our opinion to ourselves when we see him. So now I want to know you and Puddin's opinion.
He's a tall, good-looking guy who can sing.
Was I right or wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. You're allowed to be honest because you didn't listen.
I don't know how tall he was. I don't know that
he's about 3 or 4 inches taller than me.
I don't know that he's taller than you?
Yeah, by about 3 or 4 inches.
Okay, so yeah.
It's hard to tell when he's sitting down on the stool.
I also know that he was just freshly back from Florida, so he was tan.
Very tan. But he stays like that year round.
Yeah, well, I mean,
because he goes to Florida in winter.
Right.
But he stays tan up here too. But yeah. I didn't see him as tall. Well, it's because he was sitting down.
I didn't think that he was really that tall either.
Yeah, he's taller than me.
If he's 3 or 4 inches taller than you, and you're actually taller than you appear.
I'm shaped like a wedge. I'm all round up top and little spiky legs at the bottom. Drive me into the ground.
But yeah, I know when I first met you, you were taller than what I had thought you were.
Yeah, I think Tisha said the same thing.
Yeah.
That I was taller. I don't know.
It's strange how you get these mental images of what people are, and then when you meet them, you're either
right. Like I totally
surprised.
You and Tisha both surprised me because my mental picture was always just doggy style, and I couldn't believe you guys could actually stand upright and walk and talk. It was crazy.
I hate you.
You didn't even see that one coming. I snuck one in on you. Usually you cut me off at the pass. You were like, I'm getting right here a compliment. I can see it in your face.
I hate you. You are such.
He is very smooth when he sings. He's just got one of those smooth styles, but he's worked on that for a very long time. He said when he started out, he was the same boat I was in. Didn't know how to sing, tight throat, and you know.
Well, I mean, turnabout's fair play, right?
On this show, there's
So,
no such thing as not
after
fair play.
so after we left, what did your friends say about us?
What friends? Coney adores you guys. He thinks you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. I haven't
Well,
figured out why.
he's not wrong.
But yeah. Yeah. Well, you mean the music people?
Yeah.
I told you what Georgia said. She loves your voice. She thinks you're a great singer. John said the same thing. Thinks you're an
I
amazing
agree.
singer. Impressive.
I think that George is just the sweetest, most. I love her. She's a man stealing hoe, but
Mhm.
but
yeah.
I like her.
Yeah.
'Cause
And he thought Tisha looked like Coney did. Thought she looked like
Beverly
D'Angelo.
D'Angelo.
Yeah. He was like, she's kind of hot. She looks like Beverly D'Angelo. She got her smile. So I had her say something about Sparky one time. We were at the
Tisha's
bowling alley. Say, oh, Sparky.
Tisha's smile lights up the fucking room.
Oh, yeah. She is a booger. Now she is the booger. But yeah. No. Everybody loved you guys. Of course. You wouldn't be my friends if you weren't decent people.
I wouldn't be asking if I didn't already know the answer.
That's
too.
true. I know you better than that. You would not have asked. Especially if you knew the answer went the other way. You would not have asked. He thought you guys were total turds. Pieces of shit.
And he's not wrong.
All right. Time to get back to work. The real work.
Boo.
I got to go get some steel grates for the shop. I got to call that guy and see how he has them packaged so I can figure out what trailer I need to take. I was trying to wait. I got new straps coming because I broke 2 straps.
You can't end the show making me think about package.
I had they're fucking, but they're coming USPS, and that lady don't get here till 3:30, and I can't wait that long. I just wonder if she loads up her car twice. If I went to the post office early, if I could catch it.
I don't know. I've wondered that myself.
Like if they go to lunch and
if
then
they
come
would,
back.
or would they even give it to me if I walked in, or does it have to be like?
Yeah, once it's been allocated to be picked up, you know, we're a teeny tiny town, but I still think the post office has rules, so they probably wouldn't let me. I'm just gonna have to go bum some straps because I broke 2 straps hauling my motor back and forth to Suresville.
Yeah.
2, and there's no back on my trailer; it's just got a front bar.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I was like,
scary. That's scary. That's
no one can see me, but I was bouncing around. I was like, what the fuck? And I looked in my mirror. Fucking mowers like going, I was like, hit the brakes, fucking got off the road. Twice it happened to me.
That's almost urban legend shit.
It was like something in the way I was strapping it down. There was like a piece of metal that was rubbing and it cut the straps. I should have used a chain.
You're going to have to be more.
No, I'm using my enclosed trailer. That way it's got load bars and everything in it. So that fucking shit ain't going nowhere.
Problem solved.
Yep, done. I ain't fucking around no more. And then that fucking trailer got a flat tire too. It was just a mess. But all right, gotta go. Peace and love, WBAM. Thank you for tuning in to the Hump Day version of Morning Bull. Listen to Jen tonight on Buck Wild at 8, right? 8 p.m. Eastern. Yep.
At 8. Yep.
Tune into WBAM for that. Tune in tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern also for me on Bonfire. And no Friday show this week other than the syndicated shows. I believe.
Are we not doing Morning Bull?
Well, we are, yeah. But
okay.
No Friday weekend shows. I don't really count that as a weekend show because it's like the last show of the week. Right?
Okay, I don't know. I don't know what goes on in that brain of yours.
Well, that's how I think of it. I think of it as like during the workday week.
But I mean, you said no show this coming Friday. I'm like,
I meant
what?
Friday night.
Okay.
You're right, though. You're right. We're doing it.
I know. I'm usually am.
Unless you sleep in again and be like, I want to.
I'm gonna try really hard to get my sleep schedule back on track.
Yeah, it'll happen or it won't. You know how it is. Eventually, you just get fucking tired and you go to sleep and it'll work. That's how it does. That's how I do anyway.
Well, yeah, but it happens through the day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. All right, WBM. Thank you for tuning in. Peace and love. Peace and love.
See you tonight. Mucho love.